All right, Al. Um,
What's up, bud?
well, we wanted to take a second before we got into the all the fun and good stuff that we do at the
Absolutely.
podcast here. We wanted to take a second and remember a fella, a Salzburg legend here that
No
we
doubt.
lost this past week.
Lost an OG, a good one, dude. A fantastic man. That one hurt, man.
Yeah, it didn't feel good. Part of the Salzburgian family, dude.
No doubt. It'll
I
never be the
mean,
same, brother.
nah, we've repped that place hard. We went there for a long time. Uh, we spent a lot of nights there,
No
and
doubt.
we hung out with Wig quite a few times down there.
Yeah, man, shit talker extraordinaire. He's up there with some of the greats. The last time I saw him, man, the last time I saw him was when I came home last year, and I heard him coming down. He yelled my name or something. I looked, I seen him, and he was like, "Yeah, they said you were coming home, and I didn't know if it was true or not, but I sure as hell could hear you." And I was like, "Well, yeah, then I'm always the loudest one down there." And
Yep.
so yeah, we shot the shit for a while, and just man, I just even remember the first time, one of the first times I really ever talked to him down there. I just turned 21, and was just when you first turn 21, it's like I'm going to every bar in the Tri County
Oh,
because
you have to. You got
I
to visit
can.
everywhere.
And so I've been drinking at Clarksburg a lot, not really at the Salt, Clarksburg in the city a lot. And you could never have guns in the city ones. And I think that's an Allegheny County law. But then I remember seeing a sign like at the Clarksburg Valley Inn. It looked like someone did with a crayon and said, no guns on the premises. So I was like, I wasn't sure if you were allowed to have guns at a bar. And you know, Wig was huge on guns, dude. Loved the gun. Like they said, his gun collection is unbelievable. And I
Yeah,
was down there, and
proud member of the NRA.
no doubt, no doubt. And I talked to Brenda a few times, and I was down there drinking a couple Bud drafts and that, and he was down there, and I said, Brenda, are you allowed to have guns in here? Just because I was asking, as I had no idea, and he cut her off. He answered for her and said, "Hey, I got two on me now." And I was like, "God damn, dude! All right, I guess you could have them at the Salt." So,
Oh, always strapped and ready to go.
no doubt, man. Wig was, yeah. There's lost a member of the Sold in family. That one, man.
That one stung a little
And
bit. We're
condolences to his family. They also lost his granddaughter, a very tragic wreck. Um, so the condolences to the Alls House family.
yeah,
And the Sold In family, man. So
yes,
let's
sir. Hey,
dedicate this show to Wig, man.
can I one last thing before we continue? Shout out to Brenda because
No doubt, the
she's a
best.
true OG. Dude, I went down to the I stopped by the funeral home. She was dude, sh- strong as ever.
Right?
And dude, my favorite thing, and I told you this, I texted you this, jean shorts and a black t-shirt,
No
man.
doubt.
Just
Just
fucking
keeps it
keeps it
too
real.
real. 100, dude. It's like, and I hate saying that, but the greatest bartender of all time, one of my all-time favorite people. When I come home, other than my mom and dad, that's one of the first people I want to come down and
That,
see.
right. That's what you got to. Those are the people you stop and see. I always stop and see
Yes,
fucking Brenda.
yes. And
Um,
I'm glad that we've developed a great relationship, you and I have, with everyone down there.
yep. They
Remember the
treat
last
us. I mean, shit, dude. They let us do what we want down there.
Yep. And we
They've
don't
always been real
fight. We don't
accommodating.
cause trouble.
We always have fun. They let us do our dumb things, yell at sports, stay late to watch the end of games,
Yeah,
put
I
our
remember
plaque up in there and all that kind of stuff.
I've ran out of there with open containers a bunch of times getting all excited. I remember Roethlisberger. Remember those two games when Roethlisberger went off for 12 touchdowns?
I know you do, Al.
I know because my brain's broken, but I remember running outside with a draft mug in my hand, like onto the road, and I was like, you know what? That's a serious fine if I get
Yeah.
you know.
Brenda was probably a little upset about that one, but
Right. I came down, sat down, I was like, I'm cool. So,
All right. Yeah, we had to. Yeah,
yeah, rest in
get
peace,
that.
Wig, man.
Rest in peace.
Have one for him today, guys.
Oh, we absolutely will. All right, and we're live. We're going.
Good.
How you doing this week, Al?
I'm good, dude. It's about to snow down here, so it's whatever. But
Right back into winter again, huh?
yeah, man, dude, they're calling for like 6 to 13 inches in some areas in northern Iowa, but it's just been raining like a son of a bitch. This is the first time I think we've ever done one on a Saturday. I actually got a couple text messages from our our huge subscriber list. It's almost at 40 now, and they're like, no podcast, and I was like, it's in the works, waiting for Tick to wake up. So
my
how was
apologies.
last night? Did you guys
Our
get it in
apologies.
last night or what?
We just gotta. Here's the thing. The podcast, a lot of shit comes up, and we dealt with a lot of stuff this past weekend. We also have. I'm doing fantasy hockey banquet today for our Solid Fantasy Hockey League. Yeah, Mark's in town. I'm waiting for him. He should be here in a few hours. I'm excited. We're gonna have a good time.
Yeah, I'm gonna miss it, dude. Go live on Snapchat later because I'm sure I plan on winning this cornhole tournament here in a couple hours, so I'm pretty sure I'll be feeling pretty good. So,
but yeah, with the podcast, it just kind of sucks because, especially with the weather getting a little nicer.
It's always the weekend.
I mean, I'm about a month away from having a kid,
right?
So, Friday, the standard Friday may fluctuate a little bit. But yes. I would expect one a weekend, whether it be Friday, Saturday, or drop on Sunday.
Absolutely, dude.
One of it.
That's good.
It just takes
system, bud.
Yeah, it just takes a little bit to put the video together and stuff, and then to find the 2 hours to sit down and hang out.
And I can start doing that shit just as long as you keep writing the intros. I can format it.
Right.
Because I can do that. Yeah.
I got it. The cool thing is on my computer, I have it all I got it all ready now, where I just kind of. All the steps are right there, and I just hammer it out real quick.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. You do the heavy lifting. I'm just here to just talk some shit, and then I go about my day.
Yeah, we always drop the podcast. We're not.
Right, let's do the episode 15, dude. This is 14 more than I thought we'd ever make. So
is this 15, 14? I
15.
Never even 15. Shit,
yeah.
Huh? Man, like I said, I don't keep track anymore. I just go with the flow.
I love it. I mean, I remember I was like, man, if we can do 52, and that's still way more than I thought we could ever do. But it's something I take pride in, man. I mean, I really enjoy doing it, especially with you. I know other people had tried to maybe do a podcast, but I was like, dude, if I'm doing a podcast, I'm doing it with fucking Tick because
that's right.
This is just exactly how we talk. If I'm just sitting right beside him getting smashed.
This is our standard conversation, and a lot of people don't get that. I mean, we talk on the phone multiple times a week.
Right.
We could probably record those and put those out as well.
I know. I mean, we've both stopped phone calls and been like, yo, dude, I'll just hit you up like we'll just talk about that on the podcast.
Yeah, quit. Don't ruin the good stuff. We'll save that for Friday.
Yeah, and so basically just now it's like, you watching this game? Are you watching this game? It's pretty much what it's into now. But yeah, dude, it's you can't do a podcast with someone you hardly talk to. It's whack. And you know what? We're taking this shit to the forefront. We're gonna have more guests. People are talking about it, and I'm very happy with the way it's been heading. So
the guests have been. We've had 2 so far. First one, few hiccups. Second one, Jared was fantastic. Right. I'm ready to have more guests. I'm ready to get some in-house guests too. I want to get some people down here in the sports cave in Monroeville.
I'll get the cam rolling here. I cleaned my room. It looks nice as fuck right now. So.
All right. Yeah.
We'll get
that webcam going, and then we'll start putting our faces on there. Although I don't know how I feel about that because a lot of the time,
me either.
Especially like today, we went to Whiskey Dave's last night.
How was it?
Oh man, it's always a good time there, man. The house is coming along great, and then we plopped down. We played dice. We played some cards. Smitty came last night.
Always, dude. Always a good time when Smitty's around.
Yep, he's prepping his house in Salzburg. He's getting his game room ready.
I know. I gotta hit him up, dude. I forgot that he's a Boro boy now.
He sure is, man.
I gotta have to initiate him.
Last weekend, actually, we went up there. You were talking about your cornhole tournament. We actually went up late night and played cornhole in the backyard.
Nice.
At Smitty's place last weekend. He's got cornhole that has like LED lights on it.
Wow.
So like it lights up the score, so it gives you something to throw at. I mean, it was fucking dark as shit, and we were just throwing cornhole
Man,
all
that's
night.
tremendous.
I don't know how his neighbors didn't get pissed, but
Dude, one time
whatever.
we tried to play it Bago. We called it Bago because that was the name brand. I never called it cornhole. I just don't even feel comfortable talking
Yeah,
about that.
one and the same to me. I've heard it every way.
Right. I remember playing Bago at the Bat Cave one time at my graduation party, and I mean this is late. This is like 2:30, 3 o'clock. There was about 5 kids left, and I think we played about one throw each. And when Bob came down looking like he was having Vietnam flashbacks, and I was like, "All right,
Who's
Dad."
dropping mortars down here?
Yeah, yeah. And also that same night, I passed out hard, and Tyler Beidle, who owed me one, because one time I spit a huge wad of red man on his face when he was sleeping,
Ah,
and I
dude,
knew he was gonna
why?
get me back.
Oh,
And he
that's
put a
so gross. That's
yeah,
so gross.
not a wad of it, but just the spit from it. I stood
Dude,
above him and
what?
just spit, because I remember Pushkar said Tyler drove him home in the morning and it looked like he had one sideburn because it was on his face. But he got me back that night, and I knew it was coming. He put a whole can of Grizzly in my mouth when I was passed out. Dude,
Oh
I
my
woke up,
God.
and I was like trying to throw up, and I couldn't. Oh, dude, it was something else. But I had it coming. I mean, I can't feel bad about it, but it sucked.
Proper
I didn't shoot for a
retribution.
while, dude.
That's I'm ugh, that's not for me.
But I was thinking about it because I miss home. I miss everybody, man. I talked to Beidle on a lot on the phone. We're also the team owners, the Atlanta Black Crackers Fantasy Baseball Runyon's League, which is, oh man, it's almost too strict, dude. Like Runyon booted the dude for not paying on time. That's been
That's
in the league
crazy.
for years. And I was in a group chat with them. I don't know anyone in the league other than Whiskey Dave and Stiddy. And someone asked me if I was dumb when I tried to explain myself, and I was like, "Look, dude, I don't even know who you are. This is a random 724 number, but I'm not playing that shit." So, but I
Yeah,
miss it.
fuck
Like,
that.
yeah. Anyways, but I was, thinking about coming home here soon. Trying to get my shit together. So I started. But the thing that sucks, man. I'm not gonna find a better job with better people anywhere, dude. And I know everyone says that, but it's the honest to God truth. I love my job, and I absolutely love 65% of the people that I work with. Other people they can get bent, but
And that's a fairly large percentage, to be honest.
yes, it
I mean,
is. I mean, dude, I've had some terrible times down here, man. I've had some really bad times down here, and everyone's always helped me, man. And I owe a lot of people down here a lot of stuff. But I was putting a resume together, and I was like, I was trying to think of my old jobs and tick. I've quit so many jobs, and I have dude. It's unreal. Like I've quit jobs at orientation. I've quit jobs 2 hours into my shift. I don't know how much time it's going to take, but I'm sitting there trying to put this together. I'm going back, and I worked at AOI in Norrietown, dude.
I remember that.
Yeah, that was after all these. So I got to go back a couple times. Okay. So I was dropped out of West Virginia, and I was like, man, I'm an idiot. I don't know what I'm doing. And that's 10 years ago, and I'm still like sitting here. I'm an idiot. I don't know
Still
what I'm
doing the
doing.
same thing. Yeah.
Right. So my dad
Welcome
was
to
like,
life.
right. My dad's like, you need to get a job, El. But he was like, you got to get back to school. You got to get a job. So I was like, all right. So I started going to CCAC out there on, what was that, Holiday Park? I don't even know where the hell that was at.
Boys Park.
Yeah.
Straight
And
down the road
so
from me.
I was going there, and I liked it. It wasn't bad. So my dad was like, well, you got to get a job. And I went to school at night, so I had figured out if I did night shift at the Giant Eagle in Leechburg, I could go to school and stock shelves. So I remember going to the Giant Eagle interview, dude, and I was going for the overnight stocking shelves job. And this lady's asking me questions. I remember one of the questions where it was like, has anyone you've ever been around had an unpopular opinion and you had to defend them in front of a crowd? And I'm like sitting here trying to think about what I could say. And I was like, bitch, I ain't trying to change the world. I'm just trying to stock some shelves. And
Is that what you said?
no, I should have. No, I said some corny shit about like, yeah, these guys in college were trying to stand up for someone's rights. And, it was so dumb, dude, just completely fabricated. So
well,
anyways.
I mean, I went through probably the same process for get-go. I probably got hammered very similar questions to those. It's the standard bullshit, scenario questions that they give you in
It's
that
like, lady,
situation.
I'm not trying to like start a revolution here. I just want to know where the green beans go.
Right.
Like, this is ridiculous. But anyways, I got another good one from there because I got the job, and so there was like a 2-day like orientation where you like watch videos and people talked and stuff.
Right.
And one of the last things at orientation was that they gave you a $10 gift card for Giant Eagle, and you had to go ask somebody in the store to help you find something. I didn't hear her say, and apparently she made it clear that you had to buy Giant Eagle brand stuff.
Oh shit.
So, dude, I remember I got a 6-pack of pop that wasn't Giant Eagle brand, and I got the biggest box of microwave popcorn you could get. That would be close to $10. And dude, so we had to go up with our items and explain who helped us and what they said and rate them. And so I go up there, and the lady that interviewed me was like, "Whoa." And I was like, "What?" And she was like, I made it pretty clear that I stated Giant Eagle items only." And I was like, standing up in front of all these people, dude. I was like, my bad. Like, I didn't know.
Whoops.
I didn't
didn't
hear
hear
you
you.
say that. So, like, I had to explain it anyways. And then I sat down, and then she has to throw the late jab that was like, I hope the rest of you guys listen to the directions. And I was like, you know what? Fuck you. Like, getting pissed. And so I remember I had to work midnight to 8 in the morning, and I started stocking shelves. And I remember these guys were just like, I was trying to ask, I was like, well, where do these go? And they were helpful and stuff. And I remember just on my knees putting these beans on the bottom shelf and doing it. And just like, I don't know if you know who people that do their grocery shopping at 2:30 in the morning.
That was me at some point in my life.
Oh, me too. But these people looked like they hadn't slept in 3 days and had warrants out.
Yeah.
And that wasn't even the reason. And I was just looking at it. It was 2:30. I was there for 2.5 hours, and I was like, you know what? This isn't for me. And just dipped, dude.
Fuck this. 2.5 hours into my first shift, I'm out.
Giant Eagle. And that's not even my lowest. I've actually had less hours at a job before. But so my dad was like, he's pissed. Bobby. He's like, man, you got to get this job. You got to get this job. And I didn't have my driver's license. I lost my license for 30 days for an underage.
Okay.
And so I applied on Craigslist at Hillendale Eggplant, which is in New Kensington. Actually, I don't know the name. I mean, if you're on 380 and you make a right, what's the hell's the name of that bar?
780.
Bowles Tavern? Yeah. You go down that road, take about a half a mile, and it's in the cut back to the left, like a sketchy looking warehouse, dude.
Okay.
So they called me back and said, when can you start? And I was like, well, I didn't want to a license, but I was like, I can start next Monday. And because that's when I had my license back. But so I told my dad that. He was like, nope. You tell him you can start tomorrow. I'm like, son of a bitch. He's like, I'll drive you there.
Of course he will.
Right. So anyways, I got the job. There was night shift as well, 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. And that guy told me to come down that afternoon, to sign some papers and kind of take a tour of the warehouse and stuff. And so I like walk around and see all these people. I was like, this looks, pretty basic job. You're just picking orders. You're just walking around with a pallet jack and a pallet, and you have a sheet of paper, and you're picking orders. It was bagels, cheese, eggs, stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty basic. So I go to my first day of work, and I know the night shift guys were completely different. I'm sitting in there, dude, and the first thing I see is this dude with a pallet jack, 2 hands on the pallet jack, smoking a no-handed heater, dude. Like, walk out, like, yes. Dude, like, no smoking signs up, but it's night shift, dude. No one cares. And so this guy named Jerry has to train me. And the Fonz from Happy Days?
Yes. Henry Winkler.
Dude, yes, OG. Also, dude, he was awesome in Click. But this dude reminded me of him the way he talked and walked, but he was stuck in the 80s, bro. Like, would wear the cutoff hoodies. You know what I'm saying?
The cutoff hoodies?
Like a hooded sweatshirt, but cut the sleeves off of it, so it was just a short sleeve.
Jesus.
Like straight 1980s stuff, dude. So anyways, he's training me, and the Steelers had just beat the Jets to go to the Super Bowl. It was right around that time. And so he's like quizzing me on all this, asking me all this stuff about the Steelers and stuff, and I'm answering it, and he's like quizzing me and shit about the Penguins and stuff, and I'm answering. He's like, goddamn, dude. And they called me Duke down there. That was my nickname, and I love that nickname, man. They always called me Duke.
What was it? Was there any reason behind it?
No, I have no idea. All I remember he would sing that Duke of Earl song. It's an old oldies from
Yep.
It's a banger. But anyway, so he's training me and stuff, and we're talking, and I just turned 21, so we're talking. He's telling me about bars and stuff, and then all of a sudden he's like, "You fuck with the white," and I was like, "What?" And I kind of knew what he was talking about, and I was like, "What'd you say?" He's like, "Crack. You fuck with crack," and I was like, "No," and I'm like dying laughing, dude. I think he's serious.
Right.
And then he just starts talking about his love for crack. He's like, "Man, you get that pipe real hot. You smoke it, that shit hits your lips, man. It just takes you to another world." You know what I'm saying? I'm dying, dude. I'm like, God damn it, dude. Where am I at? And so, anyways, we go to break. And one of the best things about this job was it was a 2-hour paid lunch. So
You got a 2-hour paid lunch.
paid lunch, baby. And
Holy
so
shit.
I was eating with everybody, and then they all kind of took off. And I was like, "Well, what's everyone doing?" And he's like, "They go sleep in the tractor trailers for an hour."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, okay." Well, I just sat in the lunchroom on my phone or whatever. I wasn't tired. Didn't really feel comfortable walking into a tractor trailer I'd never been in to go take a power snooze. So anyways, I'm sitting there with Jerry. He's like, "Alex, yo, come out here." So now I'm thinking this dude's going to offer me crack. He's like, "Come out,
you
come out to
would
my
have
car."
to think it at this point.
Yeah. So I'm like, dude, I've done a lot of stupid stuff, and I'm pretty easy to be persuaded, but I draw the line at crack. I've never smoked crack. I promise you I haven't.
Crack
So,
is my no. Like
yes,
that's it.
I
That's
draw
how
the
I
line
won't
at
go that
crack,
far.
too. And so I go out to his car, and he's got like a Grand Am. Like if I knew this guy, or if you show me a picture of this guy, and there was 10 random vehicles from 1980 to 2010, and you showed me this car, I'd be like, "That's his. I guarantee it, dude." Like probably just bumping REO Speedwagon all day long. But anyways, he pulls out a fat ass bag of weed. I was like, "Holy shit!" He's like, "You want to smoke?" And I was like, "Yeah, why not, dude?" So first day of work, dude. First day of work. I'm in there hotboxing this dude's car. I'm laughing. I'm like, "Ah, this is cool. You know, I'm smoking weed at work. This is fun, man." And so breaks over, and I have a complete 180-degree mood swing. I was like, "What am I doing? I have no idea what I'm doing here at work. I'm high as shit, and I'm hanging out with crackheads." And so I'm like trying to get it together, dude. And so I do get through the rest of the day, and I probably worked there for like 5 or 6 months, man. But everybody was hooked on pain pills down there. Like we used to sell those huge hams, all kinds of butterball or whatever, turkeys, all this. And they let you take one every now and then, but they had to put the kibosh on that because dudes were taking it down under the Arnold Bridge and selling it for smack. Dude, I remember holding my hand out there a couple times and people just dropping Percocets into my hand. And I remember eating one there, dude, getting so sick, and I was like, "Dude, I cannot keep doing this, man." All right, and I worked there for a little bit, and then they weren't going to give me the day off for opening day for the Pirates, so I just quit. I just never went back. Never missed a day or nothing. Never late. Just stopped going, dude.
Well, and that's the shitty thing. Like being a good employee, a lot of times there are a lot of shitty employees, and you could be a great employee, but you don't get any benefits because everybody else is a fucking dickhead. And,
right.
And it's like, I haven't asked for shit, but I really like the Pirates and I want opening day off. And they're like, "Nah, fuck you."
I don't think it's the first job I've quit for opening day either.
Oh, you know what? It's funny. You talk about smoking a fat sack of weed and hanging out with crackheads. Dude, I did a side job one time. Need a little bit of extra cash working down in Pittsburgh. Like construct. This is back a couple years ago before we left for Maryland. It was just like some through the night job. Like you go down, work through the night kind of thing, make up, $100, $200, whatever. So I do this. And it's with some people I knew, like some people I had worked with before kind of thing. Dude, first time I ever took a dab. I go down there so I know the guy who's like running the job. I don't know the guys I am with. So I just load up. We head down. We have like a certain thing planned out. We get there. We do half of a job. And it's like, well, we're not going to finish this tonight. Why don't you go do this with those guys? And I'm like, okay, I guess. So like jump in the fucking truck, go over. We're talking like, "You smoke?" "Yep, sure, whatever." And I was smoking back then. And they're like, "Oh, you want to do a dab?" First time I ever fucking do a dab, dude. These guys came prepared every night with their rig. They had like the dab rig. They had their fucking thing. They pull out the big fucking work torch from out back
Oh
in the
my
fucking
God.
dude. And we take a few dabs, and I got pretty fucked up.
Dude.
And we were in it was a Rite Aid. It was a Rite Aid. We were doing some shit in a Rite Aid. And man, if we weren't playing with all the toys in the toy section,
Hell yeah.
and the other, so at some point, again, we get stopped, and he's like, "Okay, now you got to go do this." Um, the one guy who took, and this guy was ripping, like he was ripped, and I was like, "Okay, like we're staying here the rest of the night. We'll be good. Whatever. Fuck it." We didn't end up staying there the rest of the night. He puts this giant fucking trailer on this truck, and he's like,
all dabbed up.
"You two got to go take this and do this." And I'm like, "What?" Like, I know, I just watched how much this guy smoked, and we're in Pittsburgh, like tight road Pittsburgh, not like fucking, flying down 22 shit.
Right.
We're talking in the heart of the city, and dabbed up. This guy, dude, driving this trailer, making me nervous as fuck through the city.
Man, I couldn't
Not
imagine, dude.
Then we pull up outside of some dumpster, and I don't know what the fuck we're doing. They don't own this dumpster. This must be some spot they just found, like a good place to dump shit kind of thing. Dude, it's in a complete, like, pitch black. It's not a good part of town. And I'm fucking, we're ripped, but I'm like, dude, we gotta get this shit in there and get the fuck out of here.
Like some training day shit.
Oh, dude, because I'm like, what? I'm stoned. I'm fucking looking everywhere. I'm looking for like eyeballs just poking out of the blackness, like looking at me. Like, never went back. I was like, yeah, had enough. Like, I got my money on that one, and I was like, yeah, thanks, but no thanks. I'll be all right.
Dude, it's just sometimes you got to do it. I mean, I even where else? At AOI, dude, I missed a whole week of work there one time and just came back Monday like nothing happened.
Somebody had to say something, right?
Well, yeah. My cousin John Sinclair, one of my favorite people, he was pissed. But I was out of control that summer. I was always in Norrietown, and it was actually Budfest. You know that picture we have at God damn it, what's the name of that bar? Or
that was
Roadhouse.
At Roadhouse, right behind Sheets and New Alec there.
We started drinking on Friday up there because that was an all weekend fest.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Gumshoes was there, and I was like, dude, I got to go in the morning for a couple hours. But I was going back to IEP that fall, so I wasn't really worried about it. He's like, you won't quit your job? And I was like, dude, I'll call him up right now and quit right now. Like, we're all drunk and shit, called him up, quit, dude, just being a dumbass. What else? Oh, South Hills Movers, dude. That was I was staying down at Leach's house when he lived in Mount Washington.
Yeah, I remember that.
I got that job, and orientation was weird, and then we had like this training thing. We're just carrying cabinets out of these makeshift rooms in this warehouse. And I did it for like 2 hours, and I was like, this shit sucks. Because they originally had told me that I was going to be on the road. You would just be driving people's stuff from state to state.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, dude, yeah, I want to get on the road again and stuff like that. And now they said you'd be just doing local work for a while. And so we had lunch break about 3 or 4 hours in. And they're like, where are you going? I was like, I left my lunch in my car. I'll be right back, and just left. That pool checking job I had, which I really liked, but I was getting sick of living on the road. We were somewhere near where Mark was staying at because me and him ended up getting drunk at B-Dubs that night. But I'm looking at my GPS, and he was like, yeah, you're going to have to go check these pools today, El. And it was probably a mile uphill, like long cross-country lines, they called them.
Yeah.
And he told me that, and I looked at him, and I was like, nah, like, just take me back to the hotel. I'm done. He was like, really? And I was like, yeah, I'm not. I hate this shit. And so I left there. Fox's delivery driver down there it was one of those buddies nights. Remember them? Did you ever come? You didn't come to a lot of those.
No, not a whole lot. Were they like quarter drafts or something?
It was 50-cent drafts. And
well, hold on, because they did that fucking. I don't know I know who's running it down there, but Jesus, at some point they were letting them buy fucking 50-cent chips. Like,
yeah. It was
So it was like a Wednesday night, and it was 50-cent drafts.
And 50-cent big ass wings too.
The big jumbo wings, the full wings.
Yeah, they were tremendous.
But they also, there was a point, and I remember it, where they were letting people buy chips for 50 cents during that time.
Yeah, and all they were those little medicine cups that you do like a shot of NyQuil in.
Yep.
So not only that, dude, but I remember rolling there with Pushkar, and he would just buy them at the pharmacy.
And then come in and just be like, oh, look, I bought all these last week.
Yeah. Oh, dude, you go down there and get, I mean, for $2, you're smashed.
Right.
Because you got all those free fucking medicine cups. But I remember, man, I'd always go down there, and then I wake up at Drew's on Thursday, and I was working at Fox's at the time, and I was supposed to be down there at 11 in the morning, dude. I remember checking my phone. It was 3:30. I was like, son of a bitch. And I looked at my phone, and the person before me was flipping out saying, let me guess, you went to Buddy's last night, got so fucked up.
Yeah. And this is that's a buddy.
Well, yeah, not a fan of the podcast either, but I don't give a fuck.
That's an acquaintance. Yeah. And, it's an acquaintance that said that to you.
Yeah. And he goes, you better get your ass down here. I'm not working your shift. And I sat for a second. I was like, well, I sure as hell ain't going to let this motherfucker punk me. And I was like, well, no, you can work my shift or find someone else because I quit. So I quit that job like that, dude. And I think that was the end of me quitting jobs. But, yeah.
Well, I did. I mean, I've quit a few jobs.
Oh, I like I was talking to Stack because Stack said it. Dude, my quitting job stories are just not caring, which is terrible. You know, you get older, think about it.
Right. And here's the thing, though. Like, some of those jobs are just so bad. And, like, you just put up with them for a little bit because you know you're supposed to. And then at some point, you just kind of go, fuck this. Like, what am I doing?
Yeah, it wears on you. You're not making enough money. You're working with douchebags. Like, what's that story? I remember I was telling Stack about this when you quit M&M's because the dude took the pizza you were going to take.
Well, so M&M's, Avonmore, right?
I love that place,
though. I actually had two tenures there. I actually worked when I was in high school, and then I went back when we were living in Island for a little bit.
That's right.
And this is the second time around. So delivering in Avonmore kind of sucks because a lot of those people down there are shitheads. We definitely had like, there were a couple people that you knew where you were like, oh, they're going to order $80 worth of food and give me a check for the exact amount. But yeah, you had those people. And then, you know, the other thing was you would have really nice people too. Like you know, you're dropping a little bit of food off and they're going to give you $10. And like, that'll make or break a night for you. And working there, and I'd worked there for a while at this point, like, you know, who's who, you know what deliveries are what deliveries. And
right. Yeah. You usually have your regulars working at a place like that.
You know which one you're getting fucked on, which one you're getting a good tip on. And we were well aware. And we just had the system where it was every other one. Like, some nights you kind of got fucked. Some nights, you know, you'd hit the fucking jackpot. It was like
the 1st or the 15th when people's welfare checks came in.
Absolutely. Same thing.
You'd have the Pines Apartments, dude. And I knew I wasn't getting tipped, so I was in no hurry to get out there most of the time. And I remember a guy, he paid with his card. He was signing for it, and he made sure to put 3 big zeros on the tip.
Yep.
And I was just like, you know what? No, I know. Like, you don't save your ink next time, brother.
Yep. And those guys are just the biggest assholes. Too fucking lazy to go get your own food, but you won't. I mean, and it's usually a fucking kid just trying to, you know, make a couple bucks, put gas in his car and shit. But so when I was working at M&M's, here was the problem. So they did this thing. They had a thing for, let's be honest, when you work in a food place like that, you should get some sort of fucking, like, I don't know, whether it be a discount or a free meal, like, you probably deserve something.
I think we got half off everything, but we abused the shit out of that.
Absolutely. Well, and here, you know, the problem with M&M is the lady who was running it, her son was working there. And family members are never good in a spot like that because they told us we weren't like we had to pay for our food.
Uh-huh.
Of course, everybody had to pay for their food except somebody, right? There was one person, and it was always the
Man.
same person, who would come in and make whatever fucking pizza they wanted and like throw everything on top of it and make ate anything they wanted and was like, and could get away with it. Nobody
Right.
fucking says anything. And so like that kind of shit would irritate me a little bit. And he did pull the shit a few times where he'd like take 2 deliveries instead of 1 and like small things where I'm like, you motherfucker, like you're screwing me out of my tip money. Like, and you only fuck with a person's money for so long. And there was one night, and I'd been working there a little bit, and it was known that this was a thing. I mentioned it before, just like, this isn't gonna fly. And I came back. We were busy. We were busy as fuck. And one of those big tippers came through, called, and I looked at it, and I was like, oh, okay. So like when I get back, I'll be able to take,
Right,
that'll
your
be
turn.
in my right. That'll be in my bunch. Sure enough, I get back, and that and another delivery are already gone. So he's like, so he made sure he waited around for like the big tip, got it, dipped. And I got back and I looked around and I looked and I said, he took that, didn't he? And they were like, yeah. And they could tell I was fucking furious.
Hell
I got
yeah.
I got along with the cooks great. They could tell I was furious. And I sat out there for a little bit and there were deliveries back there. I took 5 minutes and I was like just cooling off, just thinking through things and like, what the fuck? And eventually I was like, you know what? Fuck this. Opened up my bag, counted out everything, took my tips for the day, and turned back and looked at the like cooks, and I was like, all right, guys, I'm leaving. Fuck this. And they were like,
Yeah.
what? And I was like, yeah. I said, you know exactly what the fuck he just did. I said, I'm fucking tired of it. I ain't putting up with it. Fuck this. I don't need this job that bad.
I'd have
So
done the same shit.
dude, I fucking went out, got in my car, drove 2 blocks down the street to my sister's house, hung out, and then went and started drinking in Avonmore. I was like,
Hell yeah.
and I know he was upset because he got slammed that night.
Oh
And
yeah.
and somebody called him out on his bullshit. And sure, maybe he won because I quit the job, but fuck it. Like, it feels good sometimes to just be like, you know what? Fuck this and fuck you.
Right. No, it just dip, dude, and just drive away, and that's all you can do.
Well, and dude, I've did it a few times. Eminem was one of them. What else? When I worked at Get Go in Indiana, there was I think you remember that because I was living in.
Well, yeah, no, because I used to try and prank phone call there all the time, or I would just
Yeah.
call and ask you questions because you weren't answering my text.
Well,
Like
we
the-
were, dude.
The hockey games would be close to getting started, and I didn't know what you were betting on, so I would call, get go, and you would answer, and I'd ask you who you were gambling on.
Well, dude, one of the worst things about Get Go, work. So we had a lottery ticket machine. We did not have lottery tickets behind the counter. We had a machine, dude. I probably spent so much of my paychecks in that machine because I would watch everybody else come in and play.
Right? Is that legal?
Probably not. I don't think I was supposed to be playing it, but it was a machine, so I was like, I mean, it's not like I'm taking the fucking tickets from under the counter or anything.
Right.
I'm pumping my money into the
You're fronting the dough.
right. So that was a pain in the ass. But this place, it was coming up on July 4th, and it's one of those shitty places where it's like almost everybody has to work. Like you're not getting off for fucking July 4th. You're open all the time. Somebody's got to be there, and they started doing this co-managing thing, right? And the new guy they brought in had this thing for this she was the dumbest bitch ever. And she might have been working there like 2 months. She was stupid. She was young. She had a kid, probably on like a terrible person. I didn't like her at all. And the new manager they brought in, for some reason, had a thing for her. And I was like, all right,
man.
dude. I was like, she's got a kid. She's frumpy. And she's got some douchebag fucking guy that comes in, picks her up all the time. But yeah, you got a thing for her, huh? And so the other manager was on my side, right? So I'm good buddies with him. And then there's the manager that I just don't fuck with, and he's all up on her. And I had asked, I had been there. I one of the longer tenured fucking people left there. And I was like, yo, I'm tired of working till 11 every fucking night, dude. Like, can like I get a mid shift somewhere? I've been closing this fucking store down myself for like well over a year. Can I get something in the middle? Like, can I get out of here at 9 o'clock a night or two a week,
Right.
please? Um, and I asked for it, and eventually he put together a schedule, showed it to me, and I was like, perfect. That's exactly what I'm looking for. That would be great. Like that will satisfy me. Like 2 days later, I come in and the schedule's on the fucking back up where it normally is. Motherfucker, the other guy went in and fucking changed it and swapped my shift with that fucking bitch.
Oh man.
And dude, July 4th is coming up. I mean, it's July
what
already.
Did we do that? What
I
was
don't
that
fucking
the July
know.
4th?
We did something.
Yeah,
but
I'm trying to think. Yeah.
so I was with my wife at the time, and we had talked about it, and I bitch and moan, and that was the fucking breaking point. I come in, and 2 days away, it's July 4th, and I'm like, am I really gonna put up with this bullshit?
Yeah.
And then show up on July 4th and come here and work again? Like, how many times am I gonna let you guys fuck me over? So,
right, because then you just be the guy that can be like, oh, we'll just change tick schedule. He don't care.
yeah. And both of the managers were there when I walked in that day, and the one guy I was cool with was getting ready to leave, and I looked at it, and he could just see. He saw the fury in my face. I was fucking pissed, and I was like, dude. I looked at him, and I was like, what? He said, I tried. He said they changed it, and I said, I'm not putting up with this shit, man. He's like, I get it, but he was all, and he knew I was at the fucking edge. He was like, do me a favor. He's like, if you're gonna quit today, just do it before I leave. So like I don't have to leave and then come back in, kind of thing.
Hell yeah.
And I was like, you know what? I need 5 minutes. So I walked outside and I got on the phone and I texted the wife and I was like, is it cool if I quit this job? Like,
oh man.
And I just wanted to make sure, because I was like, let's double check that this isn't going to kill us, and we're not going to be living under the bridge in Salzburg,
Right.
And she was like, I explained everything. She's like, yeah, fuck that. And I was like, okay. I walked back in. I was like, dude, I'm done. He's like, okay. Like he understood. He got it. I took my shirt off. I took my shirt off right there. The get-go shirt I had. I walked back into the fucking office where jerk-off manager was sitting, and I fucking threw it on the desk and I said, I'm out. And he looked at, dude, you should have saw he was dumbfounded. Apparently he didn't know that he was fucking pissing me off, or he acted like he didn't know. He was just, he was in shock. And I was like, fuck this, I'm out. He was like, what? And I was like, nah. And I left, I went home, and motherfuckers were texting me that night trying to get me to like, what can we do? Blah, blah, blah. And I was like, no, fuck you.
Too late,
fuck
bud. I'm
out. Like, because that when you walk out like that, so fucking freeing. And it's such a good feeling that like when they text you like the couple hours later, like, yo, we're sorry, blah, blah. It's like, nah, nothing you could do right now is going to make me feel better than I feel right now.
Nah, because it takes a lot to do that. When you finally succumb to that and like, you know what, it's time to dip. Like when I quit Osmos, the regional manager called me like 6 times, and I actually ignored the 6th one and then just blocked the number. And I was like, you know what? Whiskey Dave said I could start at Jazz Monday. I'm going to start pouring concrete with him.
Yeah, absolutely. He did that for me when I worked at the Diamond, the pharmaceutical plant up in Indiana.
Uh-huh.
I worked there for a little bit, and it was just one of those stories. Here was the thing. So they had 3 shifts, right? They had your standard 9 to 5. They had a 10 to 6 and a 10 to 7, or an 11 to 7. So they were all 8-hour shifts. They were just 1 hour apart. So everyone like was there for the super busy part of the day, and then you had somebody real early, like earlier, to stuff starts trickling in.
Right.
The problem was that they made you stay at night. Like you had to stay until everything was out, and then once it was out, you could leave. Like it was like fucking elementary school. We're like, okay, number threes can leave now. Like, fuck you, bitch. I was supposed to be out here 2 hours ago. And there were times where I was like 2 hours over, where it was like, what the fuck is taking so
Yeah,
long? Why
you
am I
got to
still
come
here?
back in at night.
So, and that was the shitty thing. And I was on one of those later. So the early people pretty much always got to leave at 5 because fuck it. There's two extra shifts after us.
Right.
And then the mid never had to stay super late because fuck it, there was always a shift after them. It was the 7 o'clocks who got fucked. And I remember being in there one day, and I had waited a few times already, like just looking at my watch. There's nothing to do. Because it's not like you're super busy. You're filling prescriptions for like prisons and shit,
Uh-huh.
right? And you just have to make sure all the prescriptions have to come through before you can leave. But it's not like they're piling through and you're like, oh fuck, like gotta fill it. Nah, dude, you're sitting there waiting, looking at your watch, being like, I've been here for an extra half hour. I've done 2 extra fucking things, which took, less than 30 seconds.
Uh-huh.
So what the fuck am I still? And one of those days I was standing there and I was looking around and I was like, it's nothing to do. And I was like, you know what? Fuck this. I walked right over to the time clock, punched myself out, never came back.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, dude.
Love it.
When I quit at the eggplant, well, I didn't leave on bad terms, which is kind of weird. They're probably like, where the hell Duke go? Like, because they loved me down there, man. I was sober. I was probably the only sober person on the clock. And, dude, the guy he quizzed me about old Pittsburgh Penguins, like Battleship Bob Kelly and all them old guys, and I know it, dude. But I was too scared to go down and get my last paycheck, so my mom had to go get it. That's some
Bitch move.
Yeah, definitely. But nah, man.
I'm sending my mom in for my check. Don't worry.
Right. That's the thing, dude. That's what's gonna suck about leaving Iowa, dude. Because, man, I'll be down here. It'll be 4 months on May 28th, which is a day and a month away. About 4 years. 4 years I've been down here. And, dude, just the people that I work with, the crew that I work with, man, is just like Justin Kerr is one of my all-time greatest friends. My supervisor, Brian Closure, dude. Great dude, nice as hell to me. Dude, saved my job numerous times from me fucking up and stuff like that. And I love them guys, dude. But now it's time, dude. I gotta get out, dude. Man. Yeah.
Sometimes life calls and you got to move on. It sucks because sometimes you do fall into those spots where it's fucking great and you love it.
Yeah, it is, dude. It really is.
Look, I had a lot of issues with the way it was run, but I mean, the smoke shop I worked at in Maryland was fucking phenomenal. I loved every fucking person I worked with. It was great.
Dude, it's too bad you weren't working there like 5 years ago. Because, dude, did they ever talk about selling K2 or Spice out of there? That seems like a place that would have done that.
No, I don't think he may have. They were weird. They were big on like not doing that kind of shit.
That's right. Well, this is a felony now.
Yeah. Like there were definitely places around and we knew places like competition and shit that were selling it, but that was never our thing.
I got you. Yeah, a couple code words, dude.
Yep.
You could be on. I smoked, man. Have you ever smoked it?
Nah, no.
I smoked it, man. Let's see. I smoked it a handful of times, but I remember one time I smoked it at one of the slip and slide parties at the Caligiuri's land.
Yeah, yep.
And I remember staring. It was dark. I was like 2 a.m. I also went through a huge table of food that night. Like it was bad. Oh man. But I couldn't tell if it was a person or a bush. And I would sit and stare at it and I was like, you know what, dude? I'm done with this shit, man. But I never, dude, I guess the withdrawals and stuff on that shit is crazy. I probably smoked it 5 times in my life. Maybe a couple more, I don't know. Between 5 and 10, but nah, dude. But yeah, all the smoke shops down here, especially in Iowa City, their big thing was, you go to the back room and you could score some synthetic marijuana.
Right.
And it's like, dude, that's
what's wrong with the natural stuff? Like, just
dude, I smoked that shit. It was the day, because this is how I remember things. West Virginia had just lost to Kentucky in the Final Four to go to the Final Four. One or the other.
All right.
And Mark and Casey White, OG, were coming home from, I think Louisiana. And One of them lost a wallet, but anyways, they bought a bunch of spice on the boardwalk in
Okay.
Ocean City. And so we go back to Mark's brother's house. We were at Josh's and New Alec. And that, did you ever hang out there? It might have been,
I
that
never
house
hung
kicked
out in
ass,
New
dude.
Alec. No.
Oh, man. We just get all fucked up and go to Sheets. But I remember they had some K2 or spot. I don't know. There's different ones. I don't even know what the hell it was. But you're only supposed to like sprinkle that shit on top of weed. But we were smoking bong rips of it, dude. Like filling it up like it was weed.
Yep.
And I remember, dude, I was so high. I was staring into this draft glass, and it was a checkerboard, and I could visual myself on there, dude. Mark's brother, who smokes more marijuana than anyone ever met in my life, was face down on the ground, not moving. Like, dude, it was bad. I forget what Mark was saying. Casey White, his buddy, thought he peed his pants and was like all worried to like anyone see. But dude, it's like a fucking 10-minute. Dude, we could. Oh, I thought we were gonna have to pick up Josh and take him to bed. I was like, dude, he's not even moving, unconscious, man. It was crazy, dude. It was, yeah, I don't recommend that shit, but it was something else.
Yeah, never got into it. I don't know.
No, it's
never
probably
really
just-
came across it. Never had any desire much.
Well, I see this shit. They got synthetic alcohol now.
Ugh.
It's I guess you get the same effects of the sauce, but with no hangover. I don't think it's on the market yet, but
I fucking look. I'd love it because I woke up this morning with one.
yeah, I was getting nervous. I wasn't getting nervous, but
Yeah,
like,
you know how to show up.
Oh, I know.
You know the problem is you get into that. You go to Dave's on a night like last night,
And it's too much fun, dude. It's like being a little kid.
Oh, dude, I just smile and laugh and having
You
a
don't
good
want to
time.
leave. I don't
Right.
care what time it is, dude. I'll stay here
I know.
2 days.
And it sucks because like the wife's the one who picks me up and takes me home and shit. And like you're right. I never want to leave, but at the same time, I don't want to be like 2 a.m. Be like, yep, time, come get me. Like,
yeah,
I don't want to be that person either. But it's it's so much fun.
It's like, dude, I was even watching some of The Sopranos where they're in. I think they were in a motel or hotel playing cards, and it's 9, 10 in the morning. And they're like, hey, he wants to put another pot of coffee on. He's like, nah, I think I'm cutting out. But that's how I would feel with Dave's, dude. Like, I'll play. If I'm gambling, playing cards, man, I will stay up. I can never get tired of it, man.
Till I bust or till I fucking, can't keep my eyes open.
You hit that
anymore.
final wall
Yeah.
where it's like, dude, I'm going to get the flu. Every time I stayed up for 46 hours one time at Drew's house, high on Adderall. And, dude, I got so sick.
Yep.
I got the flu so bad from that. I was like, man, never again. So
Body will hate you for doing that shit.
Yeah, and I mean, I love sleeping, so it was a complete body shock.
Oh fuck. Well, last work story, casino down there.
Oh my god, I forgot about that.
I fucking walked out on that
How long
place
was
too.
that?
How long was I at the casino?
Because I remember
Less than 2 weeks.
you hit me up when you found out that you had to get your fingerprints. And you're like about to burn them cocksuckers off, and I was like,
fuck, dude, they're gonna send us to the goddamn government. They had them already. It didn't matter.
Right. Oh yeah, you had an iPhone, dude. You're already fucked.
Right. Nah, dude, but I walked. So, and you know me, I love poker. I was looking for something down there that I would enjoy. And
doing poker hands would kick ass.
And I was like, yeah, that's perfect. Now, when you go to the casino, you can't go straight to being a dealer because that's the fucking job everybody wants.
I thought you had to have a certificate. Like I remember CCAC had
you do
you could take dealer classes because my mom was like, you should do that, and I was like, I can't shuffle cards, Mom, and I can't.
Well, they offered classes through the casino. Like my manager actually taught them, and I did go to one. But so the thing was, it was like, well, you gotta run chips first. So like, I'm good with chips. I know how to fucking give you change. I like, tell me you need 500.
Did you have to yell it real loud, like when someone put the money down, like 100 table 2? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Yep, you were supposed to do that kind of shit. I rarely did it, kind of thing.
I know, if you started yelling, I'd be like, shit.
But we were
I've ever heard you yell.
We were fucking in there and just running chips around. That's all. Like, and the thing with that is, you get, especially at the higher buy-in tables, you get those fucking jerk offs that think they're God. and think they run the fucking world because they got a little bit of money in their pocket,
Right.
and will treat you like a pile of shit. And I had it like I gave the guy what he asked for, and like just giving me some fucking shit for something. And I was like, dude, if you want fucking change for that, I gotta get you fucking change for that. Like you can bitch about it, or I can go fucking deal with it for you. Like I don't know who you think. So you ran into those people.
Right.
Most everybody was nice. A lot of the people I worked with were really fucking nice. But I wanted to be a dealer, so went to the class, and then you realize that everybody who's running chips wants to be a dealer because you get fucking tipped. Like, and you get to keep your tips in that fucking situation.
I am gonna share them.
Right. Now I had to share it with everybody else I was running with on the floor because we all got, it was just whoever's available take care of it. But the dealer, when you take your tip fucking jar with you, dude, which is nice.
Hell yeah.
My fucking shift was 9 to 5, 9 p.m. to 5 a.m., which is horrendous. And casino never shuts down. Never.
Yeah, until dude, I came down to Iowa. It was 6:30 in the morning on a Saturday, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go to the casino before the football games start to gamble.
Yep.
Go to the casino. And I'm like, doors locked. I was like, what the fuck? The guy's like, yeah, we don't open until 8. And I was like, I've never even heard of a casino. Yeah.
Yeah.
So then I had to drive to Rock Island and go to the dude. This McDonald's was ghetto, man. I'm sitting there. I'm the only fucking cornball in there, dude, with a number 13 steak, egg, and cheese bagel that they got rid of at Mickey D's, by the way, which has upset me greatly. But it was the first time I ever heard of a casino not being 24/7. I was like, word?
Yeah. No, but it was just one of those things. I mean, I was less than 2 weeks in, and I was like, I can't do this. Like I'm a late night guy. I love 2, 3, 4 in the morning. But that was absurd for me. The one guy who walked around always called me Ed Helms for some reason. He thought
What the hell does that mean?
Ed Helms is the guy from The Office and The Hangover.
I'm still not aware of.
You're still not aware. Jesus.
Ed Helms.
If I had to fucking hold on, Al. Let me. I'll screen share it with you.
Ed Helms. That sounds like a NASCAR driver.
Yeah, you'll know exactly who it is when I show him to you. Is my screen up there?
Is the dude who gets his teeth knocked out?
Yeah. It's this feller.
Yeah,
that feller here.
My bad.
Dude,
my bad.
He first, I don't know. He was stuck on the idea that I looked exactly like him, and every time I passed with somebody's chips, he'd be like, "Oh, there's Ed Helms," and I'd be like, "Dude, no." And eventually, just enough was enough, and that was a similar situation where it was, I don't know. I was looking at the time and was like, man, do I want to be here till 5 a.m.? Do I really want to hang? And it was one of those ones where it was like, you know what? I checked out. I'm not coming back. See you guys later.
It's just, man, I know what you're saying, dude. Like, I work a swing shift. A lot of people hate swing shifts, but I don't think I could ever go back to working 8 hours a day, dude. I love this shift, man. Now, it does suck when you go to work Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It does, but, dude.
That's on occasion, and then you also have the weeks where you have Friday, Saturday, Sunday off. Like,
yeah, I get off Thursday evening at 6 p.m. and don't have to go back until Monday night at 6 p.m.
Yep.
And, like, so I'm off today. I'll be off tomorrow. I'll work Monday morning, Tuesday morning, and then I'm off Wednesday, Thursday, dude.
Fuck yeah.
Like, so I could, yeah. That's the thing, man. I love this job, and like I said, I love the people I work with, and it's gonna be tough to leave, man. But at the same point, dude, I talked to Abby on the phone the other day. Crash Team Racing's coming back. One of my all-time favorite games, dude. And it's coming out for Xbox. I didn't think they would. I thought it was just going to be the Switch and PlayStation 4.
Right.
But it is coming out. So, yeah, that was it.
Get ready. Drunk driver, bud.
Oh, man. It was the only racing game I've ever played because I never really got into Mario Kart that much. But, dude, just, it sucks. It sucks because I know I'm not I guess, like you said, you could always say it, but dude, the dough I'm making and the people I'm with, and it's not back-breaking work. Sometimes the day sucks, and yes, you're going to have to do some shit that's going to kick your ass.
I mean, that's anything you do, though.
Right. But there's days, dude, you can just chill in there, bullshit, and then laugh. Everything's running good. You're on the night shift, dude. There's no bigwigs there watching you. And I'm just like, dude, I can do this the rest of my life. Yep. But at the same point, it's also like, well, I come home and I don't really go out or nothing, but hell,
Yeah.
what are you gonna do? You know.
That's it. Give and take always.
Yeah, yeah. So we'll see. I don't know.
Yeah.
Soon.
In the end, fuck work in general though.
Yes. No, you're talking to. I think from our last half hour, 45 minutes, that you could tell that you and I just do not get down with the labor phase of life.
Nah. I'm here to live life and enjoy it and not
Yeah.
yeah,
And see,
fucking
that's the
break
thing that
my
used to
back.
drive my dad nuts, man, because he had so many vacation and sick days saved up that he got like an extra 2 or 3 years of benefits.
It's crazy.
And there's me, dude, quitting jobs left and right. And I'm like, oh my God. Dude, he called off 2 days when he was at the post office. He worked there for 42 years, man.
And he called
I
off.
call off a week. Dude, I missed a whole week and just came back Monday like nothing happened.
Fuck
And
it.
now, yeah, so I got him up my ass because you're talking to like the worker. And then he's got like, I don't know. I love my dad. From people on this podcast know that's my all-time greatest best buddy. But you want to talk about complete opposites, dude. Jesus Christ.
Fuck. All right. Well, dude, we fucking flew through that. Hey, we do have to get to the segments this week. Now, let's let
I'll
the
tell you
people know,
this.
because we switched it up a little bit this week.
Yeah, you had mentioned that you thought that I should, I don't have a cool name like Tix Picks.
No,
I was
you
just gonna
don't.
say it's L's Choice.
Al's choice. That's fine.
Yeah, L's Choice.
Al's gonna take over the music pick this week and give us something to listen to.
So I figured since it was my time to shine on this, and everyone that knows me knows that I love rap music.
Yep.
And so I figured I would go with a mixtape instead of an album.
Okay.
This is a mixtape from October 31st, 2011, by the name of Live, Love, ASAP. By ASAP Rocky is what put him on the map. Dude, this is heat from track 1 to track 7 or 16. I never heard, dude, because I hate new rap. I hate new rap.
Yeah, I don't even really give it the time of day.
No, I don't either. People would always send me shit, be like, listen to this shit. I'm like, nah, dude. But for the people out there, East Coast hip hop is my favorite hip hop. 90s East Coast hip hop is at a whole other level. And this is where this is from. This is a Brooklyn. This is a Harlem production.
All right.
But he also mixed it with the Houston Chopped and Screwed. So it was the best of both of those. And I'd never heard a sound like that before, dude. And man, 2011, that just reminds me of I would do driving my Ford Explorer to IUP, driving it up to your place, driving it to Mark's in Ohio, and I would just listen to this thing front to back, dude. Peso, 5-star track, bass, 5-star track. People out there would know that, man. And my favorite track 11, Houston Old Head, man, quick shot Loren White. That song is just, I don't know. I hadn't heard a mixtape that was so well put together and just a complete different sound. And man, and I'm not even a huge fan of A$AP Rocky anymore, but when this mixtape came out, dude, it was out of this world, dude. It was just, no one had ever heard a mashup of an East Coast and some Texas slow shit ever before, dude. And it was, man, I was listening to it all morning today, and it's just, man, this shit kicks ass, dude.
So, a mixtape, that's essentially, that's what rappers put out on their own,
right? And then
right?
that's pretty much like you put a mixtape out, and like with his, because he had such commercial success from the track Peso that was on there. And the music videos were out of this world too. But after this had came out, dude, record labels got a huge bidding war for him because they just knew it. And then he signed with I think RCA, and yeah, they gave him a shit ton of millions, man. And then he started doing his solo shit or his album work. But yeah, dude, I mean, to put him on the map, and boy, It just, man, it's one of those ones. It was one of the first mixtapes where I was like, wow, I enjoy this, and I'm going to be able to listen to this from front to back. And man, any stoners out there, because it got the chopped and screws shit, which is for the the codeine fans out there.
Yeah.
Slowed up, man. It is tremendous. I remember the first time I ever did codeine. I've only done 2 times. I was at Mark's house in Ohio, and this is what I wanted to listen to because you're so slowed down. And I remember the first song I listened to on codeine, dude, was "Kickstart My Heart," and I was like, I remember looking at everybody there because they were like, "What the fuck?" Because this one funny dude was like, "Yeah, play Kickstart My Heart." I was like, "Whatever," but I was like, I guarantee you, no one in the history of drinking purple has ever put on "Kickstart My Heart," dude. But no, dude,
Fuck.
Live Love ASAP, Heat boy.
Love it. Love it. I like hearing Al on the breaking down the music a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I got a different taste than most people do, but
No, it's good. You gotta variety, man. You gotta have a little bit of
right.
everything.
That's why I was like, dude, I'm putting a mixtape out there. I'm not gonna do an album. Like people were like, oh, he's gonna do 36 Chambers or
Right.
Illmatic or this shit
Right.
that I was like, you know what? And I was thinking,
We all know that those are great, though, right?
Oh
Like,
right. Oh my god. I don't even get me started, man. But like I think about Wu-Tang, like you probably think about Van Morrison. Like you're gonna name your son Van. That's crazy. I mean,
Yeah.
not crazy in the aspect of. I mean, that's just you're so about it, dude. Like,
right.
man,
You gotta represent.
no doubt, man. Like I always thought about naming my first son like Plexico Kovalev or something. Plexico Kovalev Summerson.
There you go.
Man, you said that's not bad. But yeah, dude, we said Van Joe. Man, that's terrific. I can't wait to meet that little cocksucker.
Not far off, man. About a month here.
Hell yeah.
Not much long left.
You're gonna be happy and healthy.
Yeah, from the looks of everything so far.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's what it's all about, brother.
Yeah. Yeah. Fuck. I was getting a little bit of fatherly advice last night too. Drunken fatherly advice, but
From who? From Big Tick.
nah. Yeah. Bill Stoner.
Nice.
He was out at Whiskey Dave's playing cards with us, and like we got drunk towards the end of the night, and he was like, you know what, dude, you're gonna. And it's funny because some guys you expect to give you like the shit, dude, it's gonna suck. Like complete opposite was like, dude, it's gonna be a blast. You're gonna have fun, and I'm like,
hell yeah.
Okay, good to hear.
Bill
like,
Stoner is OG. Well,
yeah.
I freestyle battled him one time when I was hanging out with like Stiddy and them. I went to a party at Delasio's house right when I was like 15 or 16, dude, drunk as shit. And then I also seen the dude pierce his nipple with the hunting license one time, and I was like, this guy is about it.
Yeah,
dude.
sounds about right. Sounds about what I would expect. Fuck, you want to is there any sports to break down this week, Al?
Yeah, the Pirates have lost 6 in a row.
Fuck.
And I'm losing my mind.
I quit
They
paying
can't
attention
hit.
and yep.
They're 12-6, dude. I'm like, all right, dude. And the starting pitching is just, it's there. And ESPN put them in their top 10. They were number 10 on the power rankings. And I'm like, all right, let's go. And now we just run into the buzzsaw of the, oh, man, swept in a 4-game series by the Diamondbacks, looking like some little leaguers.
Yeah.
Lost to the Dodgers last night. But I do like it. The Pirate Lines are getting pretty pumped up, dude. They're plus 195 tonight.
Right, and that's because I was looking at them in that Diamondback series, and dude, they were favorites. In a lot of those games.
They were,
and I was like, shit, like.
Yeah, but they're 12-12. So if you would have told me they were 12-12 after 24 games,
the start to the season. It's a start.
Like, god damn, I'll take that all day. But to know that they were 12-6 at one point, also
a little bit more.
Yeah, I'm gonna put a case of beer on them tonight. They're plus 195, dude. But I haven't bet on them since this losing streak happened. So I feel like I can change the tide here if I throw some money down.
Let's hope so. We could use a few wins there.
I want to talk a little hockey, man. Who are you rooting for?
Dude,
I'm on Dallas Stars, baby. That's who I got. Even though I'm in St. Louis Blues country right now.
Jesus, what? Yeah, no, I'm not opposed to that. Fuck, dude, we're Colorado. I know that Colorado lost last night. But it's tough. I don't I have trouble rooting for anybody in the East. I mean,
Yeah, I guess maybe Carolina.
I'm
Nah,
kind of
but
on the
again, that
Carolina train,
was
dude. I'm,
0-0 in the
right,
overtime.
dude. I'm kind of on the Carolina train a little
Yeah,
bit.
I would say
That's
Carolina. I've always liked San Jose. So, but dude, right now, I'd say, I mean, teams I can even stomach seeing winning it. Like if I saw,
yeah. Give me an underdog win. Let's go.
yeah, if I saw Boston win it, be like, ugh.
Right.
And
It's right.
Columbus can suck on my taint. I hate
Agreed.
them guys. It's
Like
amateur
glad you
out
took
there.
care of business first round, but see ya. Get the fuck out the
Yeah,
playoffs. I've had enough of you, John Tortorella.
yeah. Oh God.
Cocksucker.
So yeah, no, but I like to call it. I like Colorado, but like I told you, I want Dallas to win, and I
Yep.
want them to punk that GM or the owner
Yes.
so bad.
For
Like,
calling them out like that.
dude, you go through cold spells. Look at Crosby. Look at Malkin, and you will never, ever, 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 ever hear Jim Rutherford or
Say anything.
Lemieux
Right.
be like, "Yeah, these guys," and he crossed the line, dude. He was like, "Yeah, we pay these guys for this. This is ridiculous."
Right.
And it's like, nah, man. I hope they win it, man, and I hope he goes to shake his hand and just turns, dude. And that would be a terrible thing to do, but I'd also, at the same point, if you're from the public perception, you can call me out like that publicly and make me look like a douchebag.
I'm gonna do the same to you.
Watch this. So, yeah, I guess anybody in the West, I'm a fan of. So
yeah, it's been good hockey though. There's been quite a few overtime games, man.
Three overtime game sevens, man. Are you kidding me?
Yep. Couldn't ask for anything better. It makes me
feel
entertaining.
A lot better about the Penguins getting swept. Like, it hurts because, God, there's nothing better. Like if they're playing tonight, you're all just, the game's at 6 and you're all, But you know what? We got spoiled, dude. We got spoiled, and that's fine. But no, playoff hockey is, you could be watching it even this morning, dude. 8:30, I had money on the United States versus Russia under 18.
Yep.
And man, dude, Russia got up 1-0 quick, and boy, I think his name's Charlie Coyle, man. Scored 2 goals, and just the celebrations, and like, dude, the celebrations were so good. They just
Did you say Charlie Coyle?
That's his name?
That's the guy who plays for Boston there, Al. He's in the NHL. He is not in the under 18 tournament.
Who knows? It could be his brother.
Maybe it is. I don't know.
I can't remember. I thought it was CC, but dude, and they didn't do like, when you score a goal and you just go through the bench line of the pounds.
Yep.
Dude, they were scoring goals and going right to the bench, dude, and it was just a mob scene.
I love it.
And then they lost in the shootout. They didn't score 1 goal, and they were all piss poor, pathetic efforts. But man, what is that guy's name? Fuck it, I'm not even. It's not. It ain't Charlie Coyle.
It's not Charlie Coyle. All right. Last item of business. The old fucking SSP. Yeah, it's up, sir. Take a peek.
We got to 100 votes, and I will.
We got over 100.
One of the biggest upsets, I believe, in SSP
ridiculous
history.
Fucking pancakes over waffles. Get the fuck out of here.
I mean, I made it clear that I was a pancake man, and I was cool with that just because I was used to the pancake. But man,
103 votes. We finish at 55-45 in favor of pancakes. It's a shame. It's close. But
click on the votes. I want to see what the vote total was, actually.
57 pancake, 46 waffle.
Wow.
It's a shame.
Your whole family up there taking waffles. I see.
I know. I'm trying to get the waffles to win here.
Man, I know. I could have even just the beginning comments, and that was everyone was on. The waffles were up like 75-25 for a while.
Fuck. So
I don't know what started the pancake comeback, but I got one this week, Tick. That
all right.
It's off the wall.
Hey, it's good. Hey, Al, this is the week we switch everything up, bud.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Throw one off the wall. We'll get it.
So I was thinking about terrible things. I
do that a lot.
Terrible situations, not terrible things.
Okay.
And I had read something on the Dude Ship, which is a crazy Facebook page I'm a group or belong to, and talking about this dude that almost got raped by a grizzly bear, and I was like, man, that would suck. just taking it up the can from old Smokey the Bear there, and ain't nothing you can do.
The fucking
And
you
then
are
I
the
was
forest
thinking
fire.
of, yes, dude. And then I was thinking about another thing I hate that I'm also allergic to, which is fucking bees.
Yep.
And I hate bees. I don't like, dude. Fuck honey. They're starting to save the bees shit. Nah, dude, I'm cool
Not in
without
my
'em.
yard. Get the
Nah,
fuck out of here.
getting run over, bud. If I had
Yep.
$1 for every time I stepped on a bee in my yard and just would have a fever of 110 and like, ruined my whole weekend. Anyways, I said, man, imagine a swarm of bees. Like if you hit a nest or something,
Yep.
or like even ground bees. Bees are big down here. But anyways, would you rather get beat up by a grizzly bear or attacked by a swarm of bees?
Oh shit.
See, and I will say this. This came to my mind right now. I would rather the grizzly bear because I think I could have a puncher's chance. With the bees, dude, you're done.
Yeah, especially with like a swarm in large amounts. I mean, what are you gonna do? Flail your arms at them and try and knock them away? You're talking hundreds. You're not gonna do anything against them.
I don't know, but maybe you
Yeah,
could
well, because that's kind of my thought with it too. Because it's like, well, it is one bear. If I punch him in the snout hard enough, maybe I make him sneeze and I can get away. Something like that. The bees, you're fucked because they'll.
I don't know. I think you could maybe dip from the bees or jump in. If there was a a lake nearby, then
Right.
you'd win.
But
yeah.
not, dude. I think I'm in on the bear because, like you said, maybe I have a chance. I probably don't. The thing's fucking way stronger than me, way faster, and rip me apart in a heartbeat. But I think I got a better chance at that.
I don't know. See, now I'm trying to double guess myself. Like, and I'm not a fast person, but if you could get going from the bees and you could get into something.
Right. Maybe.
So we'll see. Hopefully, this is the one where people bring up scenarios, not when
Right.
bring up, dude. I say, like I tell you, remember I texted you last
I'd rather
week,
get picked by a hen. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear that bullshit.
I brought up pancakes and waffles. One of the first comments.
French toast.
Eggs. And I'm like,
eggs, French toast, fucking bacon. Like, yeah, I get it. I know those are all breakfast foods, but like, because I looked at it.
Remember, I told you, I said, I'm done. I'm fucking done with the SSP. I've had it.
Well, and here's the thing. The Facebook posts, like the polls, you can only, there's two options you get, and that's it. So, sorry. You get one or the other. It's A or B.
I don't know. People ain't vaccinated or something.
Well, it's gonna be a tough one, but hey, it goes up today, so I guess we'll start to see what happens with it.
Yeah, it's gonna be a quick one, huh?
Yep.
So.
All right, son. Well, I gotta go because I gotta start getting this shit ready for this banquet.
Dude, cornhole for money, bud.
Get at it. Win that pot.
Man, I hope. I went to the championship last time, lost in the championship, but I can really feel my lower back. It's feeling pretty loose today. So.
All right. Good. Get that good full motion on the swings.
Right, and tick for the last arc. Number 1, rest in peace, Wig.
Yes, sir.
Straight up, and number 2, fuck working, bud.
That's it, buddy. Next week, sir.
All right, man.
Later.